All right, so in this video, we're going to start digging into keyword research. Now, this is going to be by far the most important step because we really want to pick out some good keywords we can target that don't have a lot of competition. So, of course, it'll be easier for us to rank for. And again, pretty much any topic we're going to be able to monetize with AdSense. So, you can use the Google Keyword Planner tool, which I have here. I also prefer to use Market Samurai. I'll show that in a second. But if you want to use the free version or go the free route, this works just fine. So we just search for a new keyword. And I'm going to do golf swing. No real extensive research went into this. I'm just a big golf fan. One thing I'm also often looking for is kind of tips on the golf swing. So I'm going to put in golf swing, click get ideas. Now, first they're going to give you ad group ideas. So this will give you some other ideas too. So if I was going to go into this topic, I have speed golf, which is actually kind of a new thing that's going on. So that actually might not be a bad category. We have best swing, swing for beginners, swing drills. So I have a lot of different topics here. I have golf swing aids, golf swing drills, golf swings for beginners, swing fixes. But what I like to do is if this is the kind of the topic I want to go into, I could jot some of these other ones down, but I go to keyword ideas and it'll basically start showing me some different keywords. So golf swing has around 18,000 average monthly searches. You can see competition is high. We have stack and tilt golf swing, which is just kind of a certain type of golf swing that's become popular. Best golf swing trainer, golf swing for beginners, golf swing tips videos. So we have a lot of different keywords here we can target. They'll give you the average searches. They'll give you the competition. Now this is advertising competition, not necessarily SEO competition. You also see the suggested bid over here. So in most cases, a lot of advertising on AdWords has gotten relatively expensive. So most keywords will have a pretty good cost per click. Now, these are not going to be accurate for one thing because these are for buying ads on Google. But what we're going to do is, of course, be displaying AdSense ads, and that's actually in AdWords, that's content. People can separate their bids, so they could bid a different amount on the content network. But again, you have some cost per click data over here. And from here, you can just basically start going through and picking out some keywords that look like good ones to target. So that is the free method. It's not necessarily the most efficient way to do it because, again, it just requires a lot of kind of work on your part. So I like to use Market Samurai here. And let me shrink this down to fit in the video a little better. So from Market Samurai, I can just type in for my keyword, I'm going to do golf swing. I can create that project. And now I want to go to keyword research. Let me scroll this over a little bit here. Keyword research. And I can generate some keywords. So I am going to go for at least 3 words, just because any one word keyword or 2 word keywords are going to be pretty competitive right off the bat. So I'm going to put this to 3. I can leave that at 10, and then from there I'm just going to hit generate keywords. And this will take a moment, so I'll just pause the video. All right, so Market Samurai went out, retrieved keywords, and we have 692 keywords, so plenty of keywords to go after. So I'm just going to click here at the bottom, keyword analysis, and that'll basically load them all up on here. And now we can choose some different criteria to kind of sort our keywords by. So I want total searches. I'm not going to do the SEO traffic. I just personally don't use it. So I have total searches. In here for majestic competition, I want to see the title competition. So how many people are using that keyword in their title tag, which if they're really going after it with SEO, they're probably going to be using it there. And then I also want anchor competition. So how many websites out there are using that keyword in their anchor text. Now, of course, this isn't going to be 100% accurate, but it gives you a good overall opinion. I'm not going to worry about the SEO value. I'm not even going to worry about AdWords click-through rate. I personally don't go out and target high, CPC high cost per click keywords because if a keyword is $10 cost per click, you can guarantee everybody's going after it. So really that's all I want. I just want the total searches, and then some of these Majestic, these come from Majestic SEO, some of the kind of competitive ratings, so we can kind of see how competitive the keyword is. And then I am going to change this to monthly. I want the monthly volume. And then we need to analyze the keywords. So basically it will fill in those columns for us. That'll take a minute, so I'll pause the video again. Okay, so Market Samurai finished kind of returning me the results. Two that I did forget to check off here were the SEO competition and the title tag competition. And these actually come from Bing. So those, you do want to do those as well. In the past, they didn't really work, but they do seem to be working now. So I checked off those as well. So what we can do from here now is we can sort this by searches and kind of see the most popular searches. So we have Charles Barkley golf swing. How to swing a golf club has 5,400 searches. The title competition is about 5,000. You can see Majestic SEO says 4,400, so they're pretty similar. Some they're a little different. The what they call MSEOAC, the people using it in their anchor text for a link, only 362. So we can kind of start going through here and looking for some keywords we might want to target. Now, one thing we can do is put some filters in here to kind of weed out some of the higher competition ones. So because I have so many that look like they're pretty low competition, for the title tag competition up here, I am going to put a max of, I'm just going to do 10,000. And that'll weed out a bunch of them. And that actually still gives me some pretty good volume searches here. I can also do the SEO competition. So just basically the amount of websites that are using this term on their web page is in there as well. I don't find that one as relevant, because just because it's on your web page doesn't mean that site is really targeting it. But since I'm still getting, I still have quite a few results here with some good volume, I'm even going to go a little lower and go 5,000. And again, these numbers are going to depend on how competitive you want to go. So here we still have, let's see what we got here. Golf swing training aids, golf lessons for kids, best golf training aids. There's a lot of golf training aids ones. Golf swing videos. So basically from here, I kind of need to decide what I want to build my site around. There does seem to be a lot of training aid ones. I'm actually going to bump this back up to 10,000 just to get us some more stuff to look at here. So we have how to swing a golf club, slow motion golf swing. What else do we got here? One plain golf swing. That's just a type of golf swing. So for basically from here, you can see I still have 607 for total searches. I can do a minimum of, let's say I only want terms that get at least, I'll say 300 searches a month. See how that lowers it. Okay, so now I'm down to 107. So that's a pretty good manageable amount. So again, you can play around with these numbers. For title tag competition, you definitely want to be under 100,000. If you can get down to 10,000 like I have here, and you still have some volume, that's excellent. We can also check competition. So let's say I want to go for, let's say I'm going to go for kind of the golf swing tips, or kind of tips on the golf swing. So here I have golf grip tips. So we can hit the key here. And then we can go, it'll pop a new window. We can do SEO competition, and we can generate results. And what it'll do here is it'll bring up the top ranking websites. So all the pages on page 1 for this term, and kind of give you an idea of what you're going against. So let me stretch this out here. So here we have, try to get this readable. So here we have number 1 is a YouTube video, number 2 is a YouTube video. That's usually, I don't mind seeing that. Here's about.com, so that's a tough one. Golfchannel.com, golf.com. So there is some pretty significant websites in the top 10 here. That alone might turn me off on this term a little bit because there is a lot of competition there and some top websites. Although if I slide this over, if we look at kind of how many are using it in their title, only the third one is, the fifth one is, but otherwise you can see a lot of green here. So not a lot of these pages are really targeting this term, and a lot of times that'll happen because if there's no real sites out there targeting it, they're just gonna, chances are an authority website is gonna pop up in the first spot. So we can see the backlinks to the page. None of them are too high. We can go back here and choose another one to look at. So let's say I want to do, let's go down a little farther here. Where were the, I saw one before here. Here, best golf training aids. Let's take a look at that. Do SEO competition. We can generate those results. And we can see the results for that one here. Let me stretch that out again. So here we have Golf Digest, golf.com, Amazon, Golfsmith. So again, that one's also dominated by some pretty big authority sites here. So again, it kind of just takes some looking around and finding some keywords that aren't really targeted by a ton of, top tier websites. Let me keep going here. What else do we have? Let's go back up to the top and do how to swing a golf club and see what we get for that. Go SEO competition, generate the results, and then we can look at the results for that one. So here we have a YouTube video first, WikiHow, which again, that's a pretty big one, how stuff works, Video Jug, SlideShare, dummies.com. So again, some relatively competitive sites, although the fact that a YouTube video is ranking #1, I do like to see that. If we come back over here, you can see again, over in the title, URL description, and the head, they're not a lot of these sites are actually targeting that specific keyword. And the backlinks to the page, if we look at some of the bottom ones, they really don't have any. They're just kind of ranking off the backlinks to the domain. So they're kind of their domain itself has a lot of authority, but this page itself, not a whole lot. So again, you can do some competitive research. But once you have it narrowed down to kind of the, let me put this back up to what I have, 200. But again, once you have it narrowed down to, some keywords that you think are good, good ones to target, then what you can do is come down to the bottom here and hit export. And that'll actually export the entire list to your computer. And then that'll actually export the list to your hard drive, and we can kind of take a look at it inside of Excel. Be a little more easy to manage. So go ahead, do your keyword research. Again, start looking for keywords that have, I like to see at least 200-300 searches. The thing with searches is if you do it right, you're going to rank for a variety of terms around that keyword. So you don't need a keyword that has 10,000 searches. If you can get, I'd say at least a couple hundred, ideally up to 500 to 1,000, you're going to be just fine, because we're going to target multiple keywords. We're just looking to make, a couple hundred bucks per month per site. So we don't have to have a ton of traffic. And then again, with the title competition up here, the lower the better. So if you're deciding between one keyword or another, always go for the ones with the lower competition. Then export your list, and we'll kind of play around with it in Excel and kind of start narrowing down to what keywords we want to target with our site.